Welcome back to Steve's World of Wonders. As we continue through the Maritime Museum of the Atlantic, we come to the Shipwreck Treasures of Nova Scotia part of the museum with exhibits on shipwreck treasures. There's a diving helmet, a U.S. Navy Mark V helmet. This helmet was designed in 1915 and remained in use by American and Canadian Navy divers until the 1970s. It was also widely used by commercial divers. And there's a bellows to pump air to the divers. This section is all information and artifacts from different shipwrecks in and around Nova Scotia. There's a wash basin and mirror, all kinds of different artifacts, different ages to the artifacts too. Some are from the 1800s, some are newer. There's a little display of a scuba diver searching a shipwreck, all the different ships that sunk. Pretty neat exhibit, lots of details. Worth going to the museum to check out all the details and stories. And now we move on to what's considered the most famous shipwreck of all, the Titanic, the sinking of the Titanic. This is a fragment from 1912, wicker caning. They used that wicker caning fragment to reconstruct the caning on that deck chair, and the deck chair frame is an original deck chair from the Titanic. The Titanic was part of the White Star line of luxury ocean liners. Here we see from the first class a silver plate sauce bowl and some glass dinnerware from the Titanic. They even have an artifact from the Titanic's grand staircase. It's a post with ornate carvings in oak wood. Crews of the Halifax cable ships that recovered Titanic bodies followed an old tradition of keeping fragments of notable shipwrecks. Anonymous pieces of wood from Titanic were carved into keepsakes, such as picture frames, cribbage boards, and paperweights. They were not sold as souvenirs but kept by the families of crewmen, often treasured for generations as relics of their connection to the sinking. To the left of this sign is a mortuary bag that was used to identify and safeguard the personal effects of Titanic victim Edmund Stone. Stone was a 33-year-old first-class bedroom steward from Southampton. His body was found by the cable ship Mackay Bennett and buried at sea. Here we see an actual piece of a life jacket from the Titanic and an officer's button that came off a body being removed from the water. And another piece of a life jacket. children's shoes, and a pair of gloves salvaged from the Titanic disaster in 1912. After the Titanic sank, searchers recovered 340 bodies. Thus, of the roughly 1,500 people killed in the disaster, about 1,160 bodies remain lost. The Titanic sunk 700 nautical miles east of Halifax, Nova Scotia. After the sinking, Halifax crews were dispatched to help recover bodies, which were buried in local cemeteries like the Fairview Lawn Cemetery. This next part of the museum is housed in an older building with some history. For nearly 100 years after 1879, this building was occupied by the firm of William Robertson and Son, and before them by Edward Albro and Company. Both were dealers in ship chandlery and hardware. A ship chandler sold all of the gear, equipment, and fittings that would be needed to outfit a vessel. William Robertson was one of several chandlers and many other marine-related businesses that once lined Water Street. So this building that the museum's in was a ship chandlery shop, and it's outfitted as one still with artifacts from what it might have looked like. There's the old sign, Robertson and Son sign. There's another nice brass plate sign on each side of the entryway into here. These are all things that crew of ships would buy for their ships setting port in Halifax Harbor. This would outfit your vessel. Pretty cool that they kept a lot of this stuff in here to show. Folks, that's been my trip to Halifax. Let me know if you enjoyed it in the comments. I sure enjoyed the trip. There's lots to see here. I barely scratched. Well, I did my fair share of things here, but there's plenty more to see here, and I really enjoyed it. It's my first time in this city. Check it out yourself sometime. It's a great port city. It's a great city. So I guess that's it for now from Steve's World of Wonders. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you like these videos, and subscribe if you like them. Give me a like if you like them. Catch you later. Bye bye.